back, convicts. So we're back into the old camp, and now we're gonna learn. We're gonna do some training. We're gonna improve our strength, dexterity, and finally learn how to handle a one-handed sword. So let's talk to Diego.
Can you teach me something?
Yes, I can teach you to improve your dexterity or your strength.
We're gonna put 5 points into strength, and I think we have, yeah, 1 point in dexterity.
Your strength has increased a lot. Your skills in using the bow and the crossbow have improved. Come back soon. There are many things you need to learn.
Okay.
Take care.
So, mechanics-wise, this is how the game works. Basically, you have strength that influences how much damage you can do, and what weapons you can wield. And then you have dexterity, which influences how much damage your bows and crossbows do. Now, let's talk to Sly and give him Nick's amulet.
I found Nick.
Good. Have you got any evidence for that?
I found this amulet on him. Here you go.
It was actually the amulet the whole thing was about. You're a clever guy. You might have had the idea to keep the amulet yourself, but you've made the right decision. If Diego asks me about you, I'll vote in your favor.
How's it going?
Good. With me, you don't need to worry about Diego anymore.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, huh?
That's the way it is.
Okay, fair enough. That's how the world works. So, in the mod called Gothic Dark Mysteries, there's an expanded quest on who killed Nick, and there's a lot more investigation you have to do to figure out who was the murderer. This is basically just a simple quest that teaches you how to use the clues the NPCs give you, and yeah, it's a simple. I wouldn't really call it a fetch quest. If you really start to analyze the quest we've been doing so far, with one exception, and that was Snaf's quest, we don't really have any fetch quests in this game. We have okay, let's talk to Scatty and learn how to properly wield one-handed weapons. So, for reference, this is how our attacks work right now. Clumsy, slow, right? Now, I want you to remember that animation because we're going to talk to Scatty and he's going to explain it to us how to handle one-handed weapons.
What's your job here?
I'm in charge of the arena. I organize the bets, hire new fighters, you know.
I want to join the camp. Can you help me?
I might be able to, if you manage to impress me. Some of the best fighters from all three camps come here to compete against each other. Challenge one of them to a fight. I'll watch you, and if you're good, maybe I'll think about it.
I thought the old camp and the new camp didn't get on. So why do you let their people fight here?
It's simple. There's fights here once a week, and the diggers always like to see one of the rogues from the new camp get flattened. If one of them fights, there's more bets, and that's good for business. Personally, I can't stand the swines from the new camp, but business is business.
I want to place a bet.
But there's no fight on. The next fight's due in a couple of days. There'll be an announcement.
This is just another example of the COD content. Normally in the game you could have placed bets and you had a 50-50 chance of winning. Again, in Gothic Dark Mysteries they actually introduced betting systems and you can make some money that way. Now, do you train fighters at all, Scatty?
Do you train fighters at all?
Yeah, but not just for fun. If you want me to train you, you'll have to pay for it.
Okay, we have the ore, we have the skill points, let's do it.
I want to improve my handling of one-handed weapons.
That's a good decision. Before you can improve your technique, you'll have to learn how to hold the weapon right. Beginners often tend to hold one-handed weapons with both hands. Now, don't even start getting into that habit. It'll do you no good. Hold the weapon with one hand, blade up, and keep swinging it. You have to learn to harmonize your weapon's swing with your own movements. That'll make you faster in the attack. If you keep in mind what I've taught you, your fights will be more elegant and a lot faster in future. Oh yeah, one more thing. Some hits cause more damage than others. As a beginner, you don't stand much of a chance making critical hits. But the further you progress, the better you get.
Do you train fighters at all?
Yeah, but not...
So the second level of one-handed costs us 20 skill points and a lot more money. We can't really afford it right now, but I just want to show you what we've learned. So, we no longer hold our weapons in two hands, and our attacks are way faster now. Check this out. Pretty awesome. So if you check your character skill book, you can see that we're trained in one-handed swords, and that 5% chance is actually our critical hit chance. Critical hits basically ignore armor, and they stack the weapon's damage with your own strength. They're pretty awesome if you can land them, but don't put too much faith in them that you're actually gonna get them. So it's 7:08, and we're gonna talk to Mordrag, and we're gonna ask him for the second escort quest, and he's gonna escort us to the old camp. And with that, we're also gonna do Forrest's quest.
Are you really the magician's courier?
What if I am?
I'd like to have a chance to talk to the magicians. I have to get inside the castle.
The magician's couriers bear seals, which allow them entry to the castle. If you were one of us, you could get such a seal.
Okay. Oh yeah, you have a problem.
You have a problem.
Really? What's that?
There are people around here who want to get rid of you.
Really? Then you can tell them they should send someone along to enforce their wish.
What makes you so sure I'm not the one to do it?
'Cause I think you're smarter than that, boy. You'll soon realize that there are better opportunities than working for Gomez. We, too, need capable people in the new camp. And nobody tells you what to do.
Okay, if you select this option, he's gonna fight you. So we're gonna ask him to take us to the new camp.
Let's go to the new camp.
Okay, follow me.
Okay, awesome. Let's save right here, just in case he bugs out, because the pathfinding can be a bit wonky at times. So let's talk about the combat for a second. A lot of people gave Gothic 1 a lot of crap because, you know, the combat was janky and all that. You know who else gave another game a lot of crap for janky combat? That's right, Dark Souls. People initially, critics mostly, criticized Dark Souls for having wonky and janky combat, not using words like non-responsive and weird timing and so on. They also criticized it for being too difficult. Those are exactly the same words people used about Gothic, and you know what? They started praising Dark Souls afterwards for being difficult and all that. Gothic literally used the same design philosophy for combat, and people hated it. You can even now read through the Steam reviews for Gothic that it's way too difficult and unforgiving, and the combat is so-so and all that. You know what? It might be a bit difficult to get into, but once you actually realize that, just like Dark Souls, all mobs have unique attack patterns and you can study their movements, combat actually begins to be pretty fun. Now, we're gonna let Mordrag take all the heat from us, because just like the previous Escort quest, everything that Mordrag kills is gonna count to our experience, and we want him to be as weak as possible at the end of this Escort, because we're gonna try to fight him. That's right, exactly as we end the Escort quest, we're also gonna do Forrest's quest, which is to fight him. Now, you can actually see Cavalorn in the distance that reacted to awesome. Because he was a bit too far, he didn't actually manage to get a hit in. So we're gonna let Mordrag kill everything in front of us. So NPCs as a rule, if you're far enough, they will always use range weapons as long as they have ammunition. Yeah, the game actually tracks how much ammunition an NPC has. They don't have unlimited ammunition, which is a cool little neat detail. So we're gonna have Mordrag lead the way. And we're gonna slowly loot everything in our path. We have a couple of plants here. Oh, just one plant? Okay, here is the second plant. Okay. Okay, he's gonna take some damage from some wolves. Okay, one dead wolf. We're gonna loot wolf skin, teeth. Okay, awesome. And you can actually see Mordrak right now using his own resources to heal up. He has a few healing potions and food. So one of the reasons why we actually wanna do two quests that seem to be mutually exclusive, and that's the escort quest and beating him up. If you beat him up, he won't actually do the escort quest anymore. So you're missing out on some experience doing that. So we want him to fight everything in front of us, give us some experience. He's gonna be weakened after a few fights, and we're gonna try to beat him in 1-to-1 combat. And with that, I'm actually gonna show you a different and cool mechanic this game has. Now, can we get him to aggro these scavengers or not? I think they're too far away for that. Yep. So we're almost near to the end of the escort quest. And we're also very close to the old camp. Now we have some blood flies over here. I'm gonna attempt to draw in as many blood flies as possible. And have Mordrak fight them. Okay. Because I want him to be as damaged as possible. And we're gonna run around in circles while Mordrak takes the heat from us. Okay. Now, ideally, we don't want him to die. But apparently he takes so little damage that I don't think death is gonna be an issue. Okay, Mordrag. Good man. Good man. This actually worked out way better than I expected. I didn't expect him to... Huh. Seems that these bloodflies are barely doing no damage to him. Oh well. So we're gonna save the game right up here. Gonna call it Mordrag pre-fight. And we're gonna end the escort quest and then fight them. Okay, so quick edit right here. I basically realized at the end of this escort quest that I made a small mistake and didn't have a strong enough weapon to take on Mordrag. He has way better armor than us, so anything we had thrown at him, I basically had a withered axe that did way too little damage, and when I say too little damage, I mean 0. So what I went back to the old camp, I bought this weapon, Digger's Discipline, does 20 damage. And I redid the escort quest exactly how it was until now, and now we're gonna fight Mordrag. So we're gonna save the game right here, gonna turn in the quest, and then we're gonna try and kick his ass.
Well, here we are. When you pass through the gate, you'll reach the new camp. Talk to Lars. He will help you. Give this to him. It's a precious ring. It's your ticket to see Lars. You need a good reason to be allowed to meet him. Well, thinking about it, I think I'll stay here for some time. I've earned enough for now, and things are heating up in the old camp. If you want, come and meet me at the bar. It's the hut out on the lake. Take care.
See you.
So we're gonna quick save and try to... Oh, no you don't. No, you're not getting away from me. Oh, no, you're not. So yeah, basically NPCs, when they feel they might lose a fight, they're actually gonna back down. But not you. You're not gonna get away. I'm not gonna allow you to. Now, ideally, I don't want this guy to start shooting arrows at me. Okay, he doesn't care. He's gonna smoke his joint. And we finally did it. So, 100 XP. We're gonna take his weapon and we're gonna loot his entire inventory, including the famed longbow, which is a great starting weapon for us. So let's heal up, because we really need some healing right now. So one more grilled meat. Yeah, that's the stuff. Let's save the game. And we finally managed to beat him after God knows how many attempts.
Just get out of here.
Okay, let's forget about our little argument.
So you can actually see his expression is now worried if we're gonna kick his ass again.
Choose something.
Which gives me the opportunity to talk about a couple of mechanics. So, mechanic number one, when you fight a humanoid NPC, you don't actually kill him. You knock him to the ground, and if you really want to kill him, you have to press action and attack again while he's on the ground, and that's going to trigger a finishing move. Now, we don't want to kill Mordrak, obviously, we just wanted to do the quest. The second thing I want to talk about, Mordrag is also a vendor. So here's the interesting design choice here in Gothic 1. If you fight a vendor and kick his ass, you can loot his entire inventory. And this entire mechanic basically breaks the economy of the game, because you don't really need to do any trading at all. You can beat up most vendors. Now, a few vendors are actually immortal, and you can't actually beat them up in the first place. But, oh man, you can actually see how strong we are right now. Better weapon, better armor, more strength. We basically kill these scavengers without any effort. So, what we just did right now, we completed the Escort quest for Mordrag, and that gave us some nice experience, but we also kicked his ass, which gave us a powerful weapon. Well, actually, a couple of powerful weapons. A Sting Mace, which does 25 damage, way more than our previous sword, but also a Longbow, which does 40 damage, but requires 20 dexterity. Now, we don't really have 20 dexterity right now, but what we are going to do, we need 50 more experience points to level up. So let's equip a torch because it's nighttime. Let's see if this guy over here has anything to say. I don't think he has anything important to say.
What are you doing here?
I'm a hunter. I make a living out of selling skins and teeth.
Does it pay?
If you know how to cut up the beast the right way, yeah.
So normally, if you don't take the training from Radford, the hunter in the beginning, this guy is an alternative trainer. We don't really need... Okay, what do we have? Some arrow, a healing scroll, that's great, beer, and a couple of lockpicks. So yeah, if you normally don't take the training from Radford, this guy can actually train you. Now, because we have 50 more XP to go, we're gonna go into this cave right here that we initially skipped. We're gonna kill some mole rats, and then we are going to learn how to handle bows. So these mole rats are gonna go down fast. Okay, now we should be level 4. So keep in mind, we're basically in day 2 right now. So this is an optimized version of playing the game. We're in day 2, and let's count our benefits. We have armor, we have a good weapon, we have a good bow, We are level 4. We have some ore to spend, and we have enough skill points to also learn archery. That's a pretty good progress right there. Now, I want to compare that to the first time I played the game when I was a kid. I'm not kidding you. I spent days and days trying to find enough wood just to try to learn how to fight with one-handed weapons. So, we're gonna go to Cavalorn over here, the guy that Fingers told us about, the guy who is a master at sneaking, I think. Okay, we're gonna loot some apples. And what do we have right here? We have a few bugs we're gonna kill for some easy experience. Okay, that's Cavalorn over there. Now, the plan is we're gonna have Cavalorn teach us how to use a bow. But before we do that, I wanna see if we loot Cavalorn's chest, does he react to that at all? He does not, and he has a key called Cavalorn's key. And Cavalorn's key opens a storage behind his hut. I have a couple of mole rats here. I'm gonna quickly dispatch. Excellent. So you can already see we're getting better and better at killing stuff. Okay, looted the mole rats. We have some healing herbs, some giant spider webs. We're gonna open this door and let's see what Cavalorn has in stock. We have a short bow. Okay. This is, I really wouldn't call this a secret area because anybody can loot that chest. So we're gonna loot up some, ooh, skin of a shadow beast. Now these are really valuable, 100 ore pieces. Awesome, we're getting more and more stuff to sell. And we are actually gonna need that stuff because we're gonna use that stuff in the new camp to buy ourselves some new magic gear. So we looted Cavalorn's storage area and now we're gonna talk to him. Before we do that, I just wanna... actually, I'm not gonna show you that right now. I wanted to show you the difference in animation between not knowing how to use a bow and knowing how to use a bow. So what's the time? 2021. Okay, what are you doing here?
What are you doing out here?
I'm a hunter. Above all, I hunt scavengers.
Where will I get a bow?
Here, I sell the best bows in the old camp.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
That depends. What do you want to know?
Okay, sneaking and bow both cost 10 skill points.
Show me your goods.
Okay, what goods does he have? He has some ore, arrows, a lot of arrows, and you can see that a couple of bows he has aren't that great. They do 20 and 24 damage. So I want to show you something quickly before we learn how to use the bow. So this is the basic animation when it comes to using a bow. We equip our bow, and you can see that the hero actually attacks quite slowly. And because we're entirely untrained, we have 0 critical chance with using a bow. Now, why is the bow so important? It's gonna be our main weapon for a long time when it comes to fighting difficult mobs. The longbow does 40 damage, which is way more than our melee damage, but the critical hit chance is even more important.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
That depends.
Now, let's see how he explains using a bow to us.
Can you teach me how to use my bow better?
For a beginner, it's not hard to get better. It's a question of your posture. Place your feet well apart. Hold both your arms on one level. Hold your breath and shoot. If you hit certain parts of the body, you only need one shot. As a beginner, you've only got a very small chance of hitting these parts. But if you bear in mind what I've told you, you'll hit better next time.
Now, the second level of bows costs us 20 skill points, and we're actually gonna save our skill points for precisely that. We're also gonna save our skill points for dexterity as well. So now that we know how to use a bow better, we can actually fire way faster. But that's not the important thing. The critical hit chance is now 15%, so 3 times our melee chance to do damage. Now, here's an interesting observation. I have done a little bit of archery in my life. The initial animation on how the hero held his bow was actually way more correct than this one. I mean, look at the way he's holding his bow. You actually have way little chance of having decent accuracy with the way he's holding his bow if you look at it. So I think what happened is that the animators, when they did the animations for how the hero holds his bow, they did it backwards. So initially, where are you going, Cavalorn? Initially, the hero holds his bow properly and correctly, and he actually has the correct posture, and then his posture gets way worse. You're gonna see when we become a master archer that his posture makes absolutely no sense at all. Now, that being said, we're gonna talk to Cavalorn and trade some stuff because
Show me your goods.
I badly want all the arrows he has. Now, what can we quickly sell? We can sell this sword, we don't need it. We don't need this as well, we don't need the axe. Don't need the rusty sword, don't need the club. We're gonna keep the longbow, obviously. This is Mordrag's ring. We're gonna keep that ring for a while because we're gonna need it. Now, what else can we sell? We can sell the wool skin, the teeth. Now, you can see how much money we're making right now because we can gut animals, and that's pretty awesome. We can even sell Cavalorn's key back to him. So let's see, how much will all these arrows cost us? So, fun fact, vendors, if they have a bow in their inventory, will restock their arrow supply daily. So this is normally programmed. If any NPC has a ranged weapon, he's gonna automatically restock ammo for said ranged weapon. If he doesn't have any ranged weapon in his inventory, he's not gonna restock ammo for it. Now, for 16, that's perfect. We have exactly what we need right now. So we're gonna equip Mordrag's ring. We have 16 dexterity. We're gonna also equip these spell scrolls for future use. Now, we're short of 4 dexterity points to use that item. Now, the plan is as follows. We're gonna go to the new camp. We're gonna buy some magical artifacts, do some quests, and then we can equip this longbow, and this longbow will allow us to clean most of the map. Yes, this singular simple weapon will allow us to clear most of the map. Now, our goal is to buy as many arrows as possible because we are gonna need a ton of arrows to do that. Fortunately, we're good on healing. We have exactly what we need to do all the healing, all the combat exploration we want to do in the valley. And yeah, that's basically the plan. So it's basically night 2. We're already well equipped for what normally, and you know, in a normal playthrough I can't talk, English is hard. In a normal playthrough, you normally don't progress this far this fast, but because we're taking an optimized route, this is exactly what we have right now. So we can go to the new camp in the next episode. Right now, I think this is a lovely moment to end the episode on, right here. So we're gonna take a break right here. And by the way, I'm curious, yep, this is the perfect moment to take a break. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you have one of those bad days, I really hope you're gonna have the strength and wisdom to get through it. Until next time, Cheers, guys. If you want to support the channel, feel free to visit Patreon. I've linked in the video description. If you want to like the video and subscribe, that's gonna be awesome as well, but I understand if you won't. So take care, guys. Till next time.